Welcome back everyone. Before we just get into the video, I just want to say thank you to everyone, as we recently just crossed over 100 subscribers, and honestly that means a lot. This channel is all about learning by doing, like breaking things, fixing them, and understanding how security actually works. So in today's video, we are building a Pwnagotchi using a Raspberry Pi Zero, which is a digital pet. And if you are new here, just follow the video all along and your doubts will be solved in the comment section. So feel free to ask your doubts. Now, coming to the components that we need to build this project are a Raspberry Pi board, and I have a dedicated video on this board on my channel, so you can check that video as well. I have a detailed review of this board. Then we will use a micro USB cable. Just make sure that this cable supports the data transfer instead of just power supply. And an SD card to flash the Pwnagotchi image. You can use any size of the SD card like 8, 16, 32GB, 64 or 128 because size doesn't matter. And at last, this is the Waveshare V4 e-ink display. That is a hat for these kind of boards and acts as a display. This has a lot of complications working with this board, and we will see the issues, the complications later in the video. Just stick to the video for now. And before we flash the SD card, I just want to show you the ports on this Raspberry Pi gadget. That it has two ports. One is for power delivery and another one is for USB. So in this project, we will be using the USB port and connect the USB cable to the USB port of this device. Now coming to the computer screen, open up your browser and search for Pwnagotchi image. First thing we will do is to download the Pwnagotchi image, and I am using a community built by Felini, so shout out to him, because it's stable and works well with the Pi Zero boards. Since the Pi Zero is a 32-bit device, so I am downloading the 32-bit image, but if you are using a Pi Zero 2 or the other new boards, so you can go with the 64-bit image. And now we will flash the image, and to flash the image I will be using the Balena Etcher software. You can use any of your choice. So here I will select the image file, as I have downloaded the file. So this is the file. Now select the SD cards that you want to flash the Pwnagotchi image into. And after selecting the SD card, hit flash. Now this part takes a few minutes, probably like a minute or two, but it also depends upon the read-write speed of your SD card and the card reader that you're using. So I have already flashed the SD card, so I will just skip this part and go ahead. Now I will insert the SD card back into the Raspberry Pi, and I am connecting the Pi to my laptop using the micro USB port and connecting to the USB port of this board. And you should see a blinking green LED light. That means the board is alive, and it ensures that the configuration that we have done so far is actually correct. So green light is a good signal. Now here comes the most important part of the entire setup, that is connecting this board to the laptop through USB. When we connect the Pi to our laptop using USB, it doesn't act as a normal device. It acts like a network. To show you, just go to the device manager and under network gadget, you will be able to see the USB Ethernet or RNDIS gadget. Now, what does RNDIS do is, it allows the Raspberry Pi board to act as an Ethernet cable instead of just connecting as a USB device. So after confirming the RNDIS, if you don't see any of these, just go to your browser and download the RNDIS driver. You will be sorted out. Now go to the control panel, network and sharing, and here first of all just ignore the SSID name of my Wi-Fi. I know it sucks, but go to the change adapter settings. Go to change adapter settings. And here I have renamed the connected Ethernet connection to Pwnagotchi to make it easy to understand for anyone who is watching the video. But it might be Ethernet 4, 5, 6, 7 or any other name for your laptop or PC, go to the properties and select IPv4. Here we will use the static IP addresses to configure the all the networking process manually. Enter the IP address as 10.0.0.1. I have here entered the wrong IP address, and I was just checking something, so this is not the correct IP. You should use 10.0.0.1, and other than that everything is completely fine. The same subnet, and you can adding the DNS is completely optional. You can add or not, that is completely up to you. Once you have assigned the IP address, then go to the properties of your Wi-Fi or Ethernet, whatever your laptop is using. Then go to the properties and sharing, and check the both dialog boxes here. And even if you are using 2 or more Ethernet connections on your laptop, so it might ask you to choose the device that you want to share the internet access with, and select the Pwnagotchi or the Ethernet that is shared by this port. And once that is done, so far so good. And now we will go to PowerShell to SSH into the board. So SSH into pi as SSH pi @10.0.0.2. Enter yes, and the default password is Raspberry. But here you might even encounter a small error as SSH ID is not found or failure of SSH. Then go to the C drive. In your C drive you will find users directory, and under users directory there will be a SSH file, a .ssh file. So just delete the folder and you will be completely sorted. As you can see that we have logged into the Pwnagotchi, and we will run the configuration file here as sudo Pwnagotchi wflag wizard. Yep. Let it run, don't interrupt this part. And here, yep, it takes some time. No, we don't want to restore the previous configuration, so select N. Yes, we want to create a new configuration file, so select Y. And here you can select the name of your Pwnagotchi. That I'm using 0xdd, but you can use any of the name that you want to. And now this is the important part. Here you have to whitelist the number of networks that you are using. I mean, you can use 2 to 3 or 4 networks, but I am using one network, that is FetSlug, so I will be whitelisting the that network. So I will select number 1, SSID name FetSlug. No, I don't want to give you the MAC address. Yes, I want to enable my display, but because of some misconfigurations, my display doesn't work, so it doesn't matter if I choose or not. And the color of the display will be black, because Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry. Yep. Then wait for the configuration, and once it is configured, I just want you to reboot into the Pi again and restart your boot all over again. So now let me show you something very cool on M5StickC Plus 2, as it has also got something called BruceGotchi, which acts as a Pwnagotchi. So under Wi-Fi, you can scroll down a little bit and you will find something called BruceGotchi. Hit enter. Yep. Just see this. It looks so cute. Now this is the M5StickC Plus 2, which is running the Bruce firmware. I have already made a dedicated video on this entire device and how you can flash the operating system, the firmware, so you can check that videos as well. So this is the same idea of Pwnagotchi, but in a tiny display, in a very short firmware. Yep. So we are done with the project, and if I fix the issues that I was facing, I will comment down below in the video. Now the display isn't working, maybe because of the solder that I have done to this, as I got the board without the headers and I have soldered the headers all by myself, and I'm not a professional, so I zero, but that's a part of the process, so we fail. And that's it for this this build. If you're following along, you are already doing better than most of the people I know. And subscribe if you want to build more projects like this. We will learn together, and stay safe. I'll see you around in the next one.